Another brick fan with a Star Wars helmet. This is TIE Fighter Pilot. This is set 75274, was released in March 2020, has 724 pieces, no minifigures, and cost about $60 when it was released. This is my favorite out of the 3 Star Wars helmets by just a narrow margin. I think Boba Fett is also an excellent figure. The Stormtrooper is also quite nice. However, when pressed, I think I would say this is my favorite one just because of all of the texturing that is done, especially down with these hose pieces here that are all done with these wheels, essentially. These pieces just run all the way down, which creates this really nice effect. And I like the black as opposed to the white, just looks a little better. And then these printed satellite dish pieces up here just really bring out a lot of character for this helmet, and it looks super accurate to the movie. So as you can see, there is a mouth here done with this. These are printed 2x2 tiles, and then there are 1x2 tiles with stickers on either side here to finish off the look of the mouth. This is almost identical to the build used for the Stormtrooper, and it turned out really nice. I think it looks very good and very accurate. Like the Stormtrooper, this helmet has this sculpting on the side where it kind of looks like it's rounded here, and then it goes down to a breathing apparatus here. And in this case, because of the TIE Fighter Pilot, they actually have hoses that connect to some kind of air supply, would be my guess. The ears are done differently on this helmet than they are for the Stormtrooper. So this is kind of is different here. So the back, the top here, and the back is also done really nicely with this kind of smooth area all the way down, which I think turned out pretty well. It kind of looks like a mohawk in a way, where we have this strip that goes all the way down to the bottom. Other side is pretty much done the same way. And then more of this sculpting that leading down to the breathing apparatus. This printed placard down here is nice to get, identifying the helmet for what it is, in case you get someone who's not a Star Wars fan, because I think this is immediately recognizable as a TIE Fighter Pilot helmet. The sculpting, like all of the others, is done with lots and lots of tiles, so small tiles in lots of layers to create this kind of shaping and the texturing, with the use of some slopes and other tiles and things to give it that smooth look. I like how they have this kind of raised area here. These satellite dish printed pieces with this nice silver printing are actually mounted using a post piece that has a ball joint and connects in there just to get it so they're angled correctly on the forehead of the helmet, which I think was just a fantastic use of that. Lots of good, clever building techniques. A lot of stud on the side building techniques used here because it is built on a Technic frame. The base here is all in black with a Technic rod that goes up the middle to give it stability. And then if you look underneath here, it is connected very securely to the helmet. And then there are some additional plates down here on the bottom to give it some stability. So it does sit quite nicely, good and level, and doesn't wobble around. So very solid and very good as a display piece. Star Wars, of course, lends itself really well to helmets. There are lots of different ones in here. The 3 that have been done so far are this TIE Fighter Pilot, Stormtrooper, and Boba Fett. They also did a Darth Vader, but not at this scale. It was a Target exclusive, and not even that, it was a red card exclusive and a limited release of a smaller Darth Vader helmet. I'd love to see a Darth Vader helmet in this size. There'd be some other great helmets that could be done. For example, Captain Phasma, Kylo Ren would be interesting. Maybe a Snow Trooper from The Empire Strikes Back, or perhaps one of the Jungle Troopers like we saw in Return of the Jedi. Then, of course, there's quite a few people from the Clone Wars, so you could do different Mandalorian helmets. You could do clone trooper helmets. There's quite a variety of those with different markings and things on them. You could even do some droid heads. So lots of possibilities for this helmet collection. I think it's going to continue for quite some time. Thinking about the value of this does come in at 724 pieces for $60, which on the surface falls well under that 10 cent per piece ratio, although there's a lot of small pieces in here. I think these helmets would be a better value at around $50 because they are kind of smaller. But since these are Star Wars themed sets and aimed at the adult market, the $60 makes sense to me, and it is worth that. As I said in the beginning, this is my favorite of the 3 Star Wars helmets. I'm looking forward to seeing more of these come out because all of them definitely look good as display pieces. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this Star Wars helmet. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more of my reviews. I've left a link to my Star Wars review playlist up here on the screen.